What's up, everybody? It's your homie Reckless, and I'm here to do a little review and setup of the Beta FPV LiteRadio 2. I said that right? Yeah. Doing a little review and setup of the Beta FPV LiteRadio 2. My girlfriend Stoner Trash got this, and she also got, well, I got her a hummingbird for Christmas, and I got it set up for her last night. There's no screens or anything on this radio, so I just wanted to do a little video on how I got it set up. For some reason I feel like I look cross-eyed. I'm going to do a little video on how to set this thing up, and it's all good if you're cross-eyed. We're going to figure it out anyways. This is how you turn on the radio. See that big button right there? That there's a power button. Now you hold that for a second, and then it does a little vibratey thing, and then there you go. Oh, your radio's on. Bam! Okay, so, and then you do the same thing to turn it off. And it's off now. Dang, that's cool. Charging. There is a charging port in the bottom here. Here's your trainer port, your charging port. There's 4 switches up here. We have 2 3-position switches on top, and 2 2-position switches on the bottom. Here is your battery case. Right here we have the setup button, that is for changing your trims and all that. And right here on this side is your bind button. So, we're going to get into the charging. You can charge your battery with this radio. I don't recommend it. I know if you have drones, you probably have a lipo charger. I would take the little lipo out of here and charge it with a lipo charger. I don't recommend using an internal charger for anything. Like, it's not safe. If you have a charger, charge with your charger. If you have to charge with this, make sure it is in a safe spot. I would recommend maybe putting it in a pot on your stove and charging it like that. I don't trust internal chargers. I just don't. I had a Hero 7. The reason why I'm not posting so many flight videos is because I was charging my Hero batteries with the Hero 7, and I no longer have a Hero. I didn't even crash it. It just died from using it as a charger. Luckily I didn't have a fire, but I went to grab it and it was really hot the one day and it just stopped working after that. Okay, so this is the battery. It is a 2S 350 milliamp Beta FPV battery. We're going to take it out though for a second because I want to open up the back of this and show you guys how to adjust your gimbal tensions and all that, and also do a little overview on what I had to do with this radio because there was a little problem with it. So I'm going to pull the back off of this real quick. There's a couple screws inside here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other screws on the outside. So you're going to have to take your battery out. Okay, so I have now taken the back cover off. One thing I do like is none of the switches fall out when you take the cover off. So as you can see, I showed you the bind and setup button on the back. So they're tiny little buttons. Let's see if this will focus. So there are these tiny little buttons at the bottom. I had a wire pushed in there, so my bind button wasn't going down. I had to make sure all your wires are tucked right out of the way, first of all. And just do a nice inspection, make sure there's no messed up solder joints. So yeah, I had to obviously tuck these wires out of the way because they were all jammed up in my buttons. And now I'm going to show you the weighted tension. So this little piece of metal right here, keeps focusing on my face. So this little piece of metal right here, there's a screw at the top and the screw at the bottom. You tighten that to make your throttle tighter, and you loosen it to loosen your throttle up, obviously. So this side is the ratchet side. Me and Stoner Trash actually prefer a slight ratchet in our throttle. I like a little resistance. It helps me with throttle control. So this side has the ratchet. this side is just smooth. If you don't like the ratchet feeling, you just want tension, move this piece of metal over to this side. Just make sure you don't lose the screws in there. So that's all I have to show you on the inside, and obviously when you're putting it all back together, make sure all your wires are tucked right out of the way. So yeah, there is the inside of the Beta FPV radio. Okay, so we've put the back on. So you want to obviously plug your battery back in and put the little cover back on. So now I want to talk about switching the protocol on this radio. So protocol, because there's no screen, you have to go off of the flashes on your radio. So one flash, I'm going to tell you how to check it in a second, but one flash is Free Sky, because this is the Free Sky version. So one flash is Free Sky D16 FCC. Two flashes is Free Sky D16 LBT, and then three flashes is Free Sky D8. That's what I actually have mine on currently. So to switch your protocol, remember this bind button back here? You're going to want to press that bind button down and then turn on your radio at the same time, and then that will give you the flashes. Each time you do that and turn off the radio and then do it again, it's going to change your protocol. So right now I have this set to D8 because we're setting it up on the Hummingbird. The binding process is very simple. Once your radio is on, you just press that bind button and this will start flashing. And it will flash for 10 seconds. That will be the binding process. It usually only takes a half a second, as long as your drone is in bind mode. So the way I did it, because I don't like messing around with those little bind buttons, I go into beta flight, I go down to the CLI on the bottom, and then at the very bottom I will type in bind_RX, and that you will see some flashing on your receiver. That will put your receiver into bind mode. Then what I would do is have your radio on, press that bind button, it'll flash. Usually it connects right away. Then we're going to go into the radio tab and we're going to check all of our channels. I'm probably going to have down in the corner here the process of how I'm doing this. But you're going to want to go into your channel mapping and make sure all your channels are right. Figure out which switches do what, and then go into your modes tab and set each switch, or arm, flip over after crash, horizon, angle, all that stuff. I'm going to show you all this down in the corner as I'm explaining it. So, that's pretty much everything. The LED will start to flash slowly when your radio is starting to die. So pay attention to that, and obviously, like I said, try and use an actual lipo charger to charge this battery. I don't trust internal chargers. This can also be used as a controller on your simulator. It has a student radio mode so that you can have someone teach you. And then you go into the OpenTX manual if you have to switch your trims or any of that, because there's no trim switches. But we're not going to do that in this video. But yeah, that is the Beta FPV LiteRadio 2. And it's actually a nice radio for flying whoops around. So that's why Stoner Trash is ripping that beauty. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. I appreciate all you guys. There's going to be a lot more videos coming out. I have a fire under my ass. I was out flying a few times, flew last weekend, get my Rubik's Cube gaps. I was super rusty yesterday, but I got out for an hour yesterday too, and we might go out for another rip again tonight. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more footage from me soon, getting back on that horse. The FPV horse anyways. Of course, you'll see lots of grow shit and all that too. But yeah, hit subscribe and check it out. Peace.
They egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect. And I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat. Cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family. So they go pretend that they cool till they bust at your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank. They see the number, all of my haters feel one of two ways. Really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it. The